that we are part of that care team. And you say, oh, you need to go check your care team. It's really
How do you do that?
they have to be a active cancer diagnosis. Only financial, we don't have any financial. Yeah. We just partnered with well, St. Louis pilots a lot of programs right now. We're the pilot for a program called the Power brand new. But it's basically trying to make it more knowledgeable and making it like bringing in like financial literacy, nutritional literacy, taking classes, health support dog training. Because
Got a little man that's fan of get those feelings out. I'm just see something from water
I'll take your word for that. Yeah, we're trying to look at our map. Once you get past Kansas City, we gotta get there. Basically get approved. Someone says, hey, I'm gonna
Sacramento volleyball maybe. Oh, okay.
hopefully, it's going terrible. All these people.
Please hold all formats. Please hold all formats. Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the 2025 USA Volleyball Girls Junior National Championship. As a reminder, medical stations and AEDs are located at the red tents in halls F and D. At this time, please turn your attention to the nearest American flag for the playing of the national anthem.
cord.
There's this
Not
one.
that one. There's another one that goes in this cord. That was working perfectly for my. This doesn't work. Did you took it out or? Let me try. I think this one doesn't work, but.
So nothing. Push the button. Still nothing.
Nope.
You don't have a cord here, do you? We've got this if we can bring it up.
Well, I just found this one. Let's see.
Sorry about that. We had all the cords out last night. Judges are nice enough. And I tell you what, we can undo mine and then you can use that cord if you need it. Let's see what do you have.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about
It's
that.
charging. Oh, you're fine, Gary.
They finished, so they went to small ones, but it makes sense that they're out west. They went to small ones, they're out west, so they got fit there. They got fit Red Rock. Joey. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I didn't hear you say Joey. I don't know. I didn't invite him. I should. We should. Wow, did I not have them on here? I wanted to see where they were. They're from Torrance, I think. Yeah.
This is a spreadsheet from Geary.
That's proprietary. You can't let the secret get out. Thanks. We're about to get started here in game 1 of day 2, or game 4 overall, of Rockwood Thunder's fabulous Nationals journey 2025. Playing SCVC today, Southern California Volleyball Club, out of Redondo Beach, which is near Torrance, California. Lane is going to lead us off here on serving. Blocked by Kate. What a play by SC. Alexa bumps that back to Lana. 2 hands it to the back corner. They cover it. Blocked by Kate again at the net. Back set. They bump it over. Should have a good chance here. Alexa, Kate. Tips it over. Oh, it's a lift. They didn't call it. That was a lift. Wow, and a near perfect hit by their outside hitter along the net, cross court at an extreme angle. Just sneaks into our left, right by the net. So SCVC draws first blood, and there goes the shutout in this one. Serve goes to Lana. Alexa sets up deny, and she gets a kill. Rockwood ties it up for 1. They set up Lana on the right, and Lana hits it through the block for a kill. Rockwood leads 2-1. Kate serves again. They set up their right side, and they hit it out. They hit it long, or I'm sorry, wide to our right. 3-1 Rockwood. You're better at that than I did. I kept messing that up when I tried to do it. I missed a little, Southern California there sets up their middle. Nora gets a piece of it, but it's directed out of bounds off of our touch, and it'll be 3-2 Rockwood. Southern California gets the kill. Actually more of a block, but it's tied at 3. Serve comes to Kaylee. Back sets Nora on a slide. But she hits it and it goes into the tape and out of bounds on our side. Oh, they call a touch. They call a block. So Nora got the point off the kill. And it's 4-3 Rockwood as Jane comes in to serve. Good serve by Jane. They get it to their outside. Big swing. Hannah with a good dig. Oh, and Jane and Lana almost collide there. The serve comes to Lana. Jane sprawls down. What a play by Jane to get it back to the middle. Hannah hits it over. What a play by Jane. Now Hannah again bumps that Summer on the left side. But they're able to dig it. This team is good. And they get a nice kill over our block. Not the hardest hit you'll ever see. But they do score the point. And it is 5-4 SC. SC is Southern California. They got their bid through the at-large process after the season was over. They always have some bids that are not awarded to qualifiers, and they got one of them. Hannah takes it. Now Jane to Nora, and a kill. What a play, those two. Tie the game at 5. Perfect timing, great set off a great Hannah pass, and then a great Nora swing kills it. It'll be Lana Backrack, back to serve. Lana, number 12. Number 12. Be attending Oakville High School. They get a back set to the right side. It comes through our block. Lana digs it. Good help by Nora. Then Summer sends it over. On the other side, they set up their right side. Blocked by Nora. They set up their back row attack in the middle. They punch it over. Summer shoots it right back at you. But they're able to cover it. They get it to the right side, and they hit it. It went out, and they say we did block it out. So that'll be a SC point, and they lead 6-5. It was unclear if she hit it in the tape or if our player blocked it. Serve comes to Hannah. Jane jumps up, and they're going to call Jane for a back row attack there as that pass was going to go over. Jane tried to bring it back, and being a back row setter, not allowed to do that. If that ball breaks the plane of the net, that's a violation, as though you were attacking from the back row. Serve comes to Collins, and Hannah helps out. Lana sends it over. They got a lift there. They got away with a lift on the back row. And they're going to they called a double on the set, so multiple violations there. Pick your poison. Rockwood gets the point. And Rockwood trails by 1, 7-6. SCVC, though, from Southern California, Torrance area. Good serve by Hannah, barely over the net. Big swing on their side, and Summer blocks it down for the kill, or for the point. So we're tied at 7 up. Hannah Serba, number 10, is our libero today, wearing the contrasting jersey there, indicating libero. They get an overpass. Should be a good chance here. Kate to Jane. Back to Kate, and the kill. What a play. So Rockwood goes up by 1, 8-7, and Hannah Serba back to serve again. And Hannah gets the ace on an absolutely perfect. That didn't go. That's in. So the other side is kind of being sneaky here. Hannah had an absolute perfect serve, and the other side is trying to say that it went outside of the antenna. The call on the court is that it is in. Let's see. And they're gonna let it stand. They called the down judge and the line judge down. That's a sneaky call, was it? What do you think, Keiko? Huh? Is that a good serve? They're saying it was out.
It's a fair ball.
Outside of the antennas. Yeah, Keiko says, enough of this silliness. And the up judge agrees with Keiko as usual. The SC coach is pacing around, shaking his head in disbelief, but that's a good serve. You just can't do it any better. It's perfect into that back corner. They get a hit. Jane with some good defense. To Hannah bumps that Summer. Huge swing. hits a girl in the chest and it pops up. Lucky for them, they bump it over. It's Lana. It's Jane, goes down low to Collins out there. Was there a touch? No. It goes long, and they say no touch. That was a close one. It went long. And this is a tight one, 9-8. Rockwood leads by 1. Collins put a good aggressive swing on that, but it just went long. Looked like they may have touched it, but they didn't. Lana takes a serve. Now Hannah helps out with a bump set to Collins, tips it up and over. They're diving. They set up their outside. Big swing, but Kate's there to block it back over. They set up their right side, and Collins blocks it this time for a Rockwood point. Rockwood showing the defense, really getting up and getting in their face on the blocks there. And it is 10-8 Rockwood as Alexa and Denia come back in here in normal rotation. Rockwood is sporting their white jerseys. It's white on top and it fades down into the Carolina blue at the bottom. Navy blue letters outlined in Carolina. Short sleeve with Carolina blue stripes on each short sleeve. It says Rockwood across the back. Alexa with an ace there. Beautiful serve right at the kneecaps on the 10-foot line of the girl. And she tried to receive that serve, and instead she put it into the net. So 11-8. Good job, Alexa. Great serve. And she serves again. Another good one, really hard. This might be another ace. Back row, all they can do is bump it back to it. Should be a really good chance here. It's Lana. Alexa and Kate. Kate pounds it into the block and out of bounds off of them. That'll be a Rockwood point. It's 12-8. And Southern California calls for time here. Rockwood going on a run. So this is SCVC, Southern California Volleyball Club. It's not been a team that's been on our radar, but they, being on the West Coast, played 3 qualifiers at Vegas, at Salt Lake City, and at Spokane, Washington. And at every one of those, they got 5th place. Those are smaller qualifiers, though. 14 teams, 18 teams, and then 24 teams. But they got 5th at all of those and earned an at-large bid with that performance. They've been a feisty team. Yesterday, they took A5 to the brink, just like Rockwood did. And they are 2-1 coming into play today. So Rockwood really needs a win here to help out with pool play. Good serve. Alexa with a setter dump. And they are able to field it, but should be a good chance here. It goes Alexa over to Denia on the outside, and a kill. What a play. Some feisty, delicate defense by SCVC as they did a couple of pancakes or near pancakes on that side. Were able to eventually get it over, but then Denia found an opening middle back. There's Alexa up by 5. 2 players collide on the other side, but they get it to their middle, and she gets a kill. 13-9, Rockwood leads by 4. And they serve it into the net. So an unforced error gives Rockwood a 5-point lead. 14-9. Kaylee Lane, number 22, back into serve. Hannah's our libero today, number 10. She's wearing the navy blue jersey on our side. Navy long sleeves with the Carolina lettering outlined in white. They get it to their outside. Big swing and a beautiful kill there for Southern California. It's a good team. Like I said, they come in here at this event after a successful day yesterday where they went 2-1. And they beat GP Rocks, game point, just like we did. They barely beat them in 3 sets. And then they lost to A5 in 3 sets. Here's Hannah takes the serve. Up to Denia off a bump set from Kaylee. They get it to their outside. Big swing, blocked by Kate, but cleaned up by Hannah. Good play, and then they're going to set up their outside again. Blocked by Lana. And Rockwood's point is they're going to call him with a double. Lana just snuffed that out, but 2-1 yesterday. Their only loss was to A5. They beat Drive Nation. They beat GP Rocks, just like we did, but all 3 matches went to 3 sets. So Kate back to serve. A good serve deep. And they field it, but they set up their middle, and they get a kill out of it. They ran a little redirection. I'm not sure what that's called, but they had their middle come right back behind their setter, a common move. Not a slide, but a one where they're stationary on the other side of the setter, and she's able to hit it to our right-hand side for the point. Serve comes to Kaylee. She gets it up high to Alexa, and they're going to call a double on the set. That'll be 14-11. Excuse me, 15-12. I knew we were up 3. I missed one on each side. 15-12. Serve comes to Kaylee. Good pass to Alexa at the net. One hands the set to Denaya, and she hits it deep. Might have come down out, but they weren't sure. They set up their right side. Hannah, Alexa back set. Good play to Lana. What a swing down the line, but they're able to dig it. They set up their outside, tips it up and over, and Lana couldn't get it back up. Good try by Lana as she blocked it, but it came down on our side, and then she hit it up, but unable to connect with a teammate to send it over. So SCVC has very similar uniforms to ours. They have a long sleeve white shirt. It's all white with kind of a royal / navy blue SCVC and their lettering across the chest. Lana takes a serve. Now Hannah bumps it up high to Denaya. Big swing, and Denaya gets the kill. Denaya did something special on that play. Where the set was, she couldn't get a good run up to it, so she stood right where she was on the 10-foot line, jumped up, and then was able to still get a downward trajectory on the ball, and that was the difference in getting that point because they almost got it back up, but they couldn't. Rockwood leads 16-13 with Jane back into serve. Lana with a kill on an overpass. Lana with a beautiful kill. And it's 17-13, Rockwood. 17-13. Jane with another good serve, really moving. They set up their right side. Whoa, Jane somehow got a hand on that. What a defensive play by Jane. Hannah sends it over after Lana helped out. They're going to set up their outside with a bad set, though, and it goes into the net on the hit. The set took the outside hitter way out to our right, and she had no angle, was surprised by where it was, and she flat foot hit it into the net. So Rockwood here, 5-point advantage here. This SCVC team yesterday really raised eyebrows around the complex here by their strong play as they almost took out A5 and almost had a 3-0 day. This team came in as the 35 seed in the highest pool. 14 opens, the top pool in the country. 36 teams. They came in as a 35 seed, and they're showing everybody they should have been seeded much higher. Yesterday they took out GP Rocks, the 11 seed, and Drive Nation, the 24, and they took the 1 seed to the brink. Rockwood yesterday was 1-2 as they felt an awesome performance, but had a huge win over GP Rocks. Blocked by Nora at the net. They were able to set up their right side, and Nora was there to match them and stuffed it right back down. It's 19-13, and Rockwood looks to be in control in this first set. But Rockwood went 1-2 yesterday, narrowly losing to A5 in 3 sets. Also being surprised by Austin performance is a swipe. Jane and Kaylee collide, and they look to be okay. And then a weird play. A weird play as SCVC was unable to cover. Jane and Kaylee did collide, though, and they both looked fine. They set up their outside, and Nora blocks it there and shoves it down. What a play by Nora. Shows her athleticism and her power there. It's 21-13. And you have to wonder if Southern California might be dragging a little bit. They're playing 2 time zones to the east, so they lose 2 hours of sleep in the first game of the day here. Nora with an overpass kill. Great serve by Jane, and the pass on the other side, the bump, was too strong, and it carried up and over the net, and Nora timed it perfectly, jumped up a one-timer, and just pounded that ball straight down. Nora with a fearsome play as she wins a point for Rockwood. Rockwood's cruising here late. Jane again makes them really work to get that ball back. They set up their right side. All they could do is bump it. Good chance here. Kaylee, Jane, Nora. And they get it back, though. It was a good play. They bump it over. Should be another good chance. Good pass, Kaylee. Jane. This time, Lana. Woo! And Lana punished that ball off their hands and out of bounds to the right for a Rockwood point, 23-13. Rockwood, though, they're 1 and 2. A lot of times these big pool rounds that are pool play come down to point spread, and Rockwood's had 2 really lopsided wins in their sets. So setting themselves up well. Nora with a great block there. They set up their right side again. Nora blocks again. Nora just a monster on this play, but they're going to call somebody on our side in the net. That'll be SC's point, 23-14. Nora putting on a show at the net there. She stuffed them not once but twice on some pretty massive swings from SC. Southern California, one of the largest USAV volleyball regions with a huge population base there. Good play by Hannah. Jane over to Summer, but that'll be Hannah with a great pass off the serve, and then Jane really tried to catch them by the surprise as she shot one over to the outside, a set over to Summer, but unable to deliver the kill on that. It was close. Great swing from Summer, but it stayed on our side. Lana, serve receive. Jane comes across, bump sets it to Summer on the 10-foot line. She sends it to the middle of the court. They get it to their outside, and she gets a kill. So it's 23-16 here as SC's reeled off a few points. Rockwood trying to close this thing out, 2 points away here in the first set. Serve comes to Hannah. Good pass. Here's Jane right in the middle. Back sets it to Lana. And a highlight reel play by Lana. What a swing. Jane put a lot of air under it back behind her, and Lana measured that and absolutely destroyed that. Gave it looked like about 100% effort, and it went off the block and went way up in the air and out of the court, and Rockwood finds themselves 1 point away from a set 1 win with Lana back to serve. They set up their right side, and Nora blocks it. Collins blocks it too. Nora and Collins there combined for the block, but then they're able to pop it back up and over so quickly. Nora tried to smash it back down, but it stayed on our side. It's 24-17. 1 more point for Rockwood. Serve comes to Hannah, goes down low, sends it back over the net. They're setting up their outside. Big swing, and we touched it at the net. And that's SCVC's kill, 24-18. SoCal showing they're not done yet. Like we said, it's a good team, a strong team, and they don't look scared one bit here. Appear to be a pretty seasoned team. Serve is a hard one. Too hard, though, and it goes out of bounds, and Rockwood wins the set, 25-18. They were going for the home run shot there, and it went just long. They're going to play on 50, wherever that is, at the corner maybe. Okay. Oh, yeah.
It's really tied at like 13-11. Still in the first set.
Oh, wow. We need AP to lose that.
14-11 now. 13-11.
A5 not really.
Upsets yesterday.
What's 19 divided by 54? There are 54 games in the open yesterday. What's 19 divided by 54? % of the games were upsets yesterday. We had 5.
Yeah, we got 75. Right?
75.
Yeah.
Oh, we had
Just 2 losses. Right? It would be like 30, 16. So we won 1 game.
Yeah, our percentage is basic. Yeah. But, yeah, so of all the games yesterday, like 35%. I think so. So I'm assuming A5 won the first set there. And there's not even... There's a timeout. Let's throw this one. That much is 2-1 Rockwood? All right, so start of set number 2 here. It is 3-1 Rockwood here, off to a quick start. Jane comes in to serve there. Sorry we missed a couple plays on the broadcast, but hopefully you could see okay at home. Jane with a good serve down the line. They get it up high, get it to their outside. Big swing. What a play by Kaylee Lane with a one-hander on the back row, and they get it to Summer, who sends it over. And they're going to struggle to get this thing back if they even do. They do. They bump it. Good chance for Rockwood. It's Kaylee. It's Jane. It's Nora. And Nora went up over top of the defense there with an absolute blast. A Titanic blast. Put a star by that one in the scorebook. 4-1 Rockwood, emphatically by Nora. 15 Elite has come by to watch. Jane gets an ace there as they're unable to return it. And Rockwood is off to a fast start here in the second set, 5-1. Rockwood won the first set in each of their 3 games yesterday. And in 2 of those, the other team came back to win. So Rockwood not holding their breath at all. Like, got to keep the pedal to the metal here. There's a questionable play there as their setter jumped up and one-handed us to bring an overpass back in. You wonder if the ball broke the plane to the net. They called us for that on one earlier. That one looked pretty similar, but no call. it's Southern California's point. It's 5-2. Rockwood leads. Their libero number 6 back to serve. Serve comes to Lana. Nora helps out. Summer sends it over. They get it to their outside. Tips it up and over, but Summer, great job getting there. Nora tries to send it over, but it stays on our side. That's a tough play for Nora. It was coming from behind her. A real spinning ball was best we could get to her. And she made a good effort, as did Summer, getting to that ball, but we couldn't make it work. 5-3, Rockwood leads. Serve this time comes to Hannah. What a play, because it hit the net. Came on over. They get it to Summer. Sends it deep to the right, but it was just out and long, just past that back right corner. Good play, good idea, and there was nobody home. Nobody had a prayer of getting to that, but just a little bit too much muscle on that, and it's 5-4 Rockwood. Oh! And a perfect serve from SC lands for an ace. It really threaded the needle into this back right corner. It was in a perfect serve, and we're tied at 5. Serve comes to Hannah. Hard serve. She gets to Jane. Now Summer tips it up and over. They go down low to get it up. Get it to the right side. A swing. It's Kaylee. It's Jane. She gets it again to Summer. But the set was a little shy, a little bit short, I think, of what Summer was looking for. And when she went to shoot it over, she had trouble getting it over the net. 6-5. SC on a big run here. 5-point run for SC to take the lead. 6-5. They give a point right back there, and we are tied at 6. Another nail-biter here shaping up. The first set was super tight until Rockwood went on a big run when they were about 12-12. Lana back to serve. Good serve up and over. They get it to their outside. Big swing. Summer got a piece. What a play by Lana. Hannah with a point-saving play there. One-handed it right in your living room there. What a play by Hannah. They get it to the right side. Jane with a tremendous dig on the hit. Summer with a twisting, great set back to Collins. Sends it over. They get it to their outside. They tip it. Jane. Now Hannah should be a good chance here for Summer on the right. Big swing. They get a piece at the net, and they're able to dig it on the back row. They get it to their outside in a bad spot. Nora blocks it. And then a weird play at the net that results in the ball landing on our side there. Hard to describe it there. I think there was a joust between Nora and a girl on that team. And the result of the joust caused it to spin and pop straight up, and then it landed barely on our side. So 7-6, Southern California leads. Serve comes to Lana. Good pass to Jane. She gets it to Collins on the outside, and Collins gets the kill. It landed in, and boy, was that close to not being in. But Collins punched that ball, smoked that ball, I'll say, to the back row, to the back line, and was able to keep it in bounds. Tied at 7, Hannah serves. Serve goes long, and it's 8-7, Southern California. Number 27, one of their hitters, back to serve. Serve comes to Lana, who's really twisty-turny. Jane to Kate, off the fingers. Good job, Kate, with a nice swing. They're able to handle it, though, and they get their outside set up. And she hit it into the net. Rockwood point. And we are tied again at 8. Time to substitute. And it's Denaya and Alexa coming in. Alexa will serve and set. Alexa with a good serve. They set up their right side, and she hits it long. You could see that shaping up from a mile away, though, as that right side hitter for them is kind of an undersized hitter, a lefty, as they usually try to put those on the right side for them are. But she was pretty far from the net, and she got a huge swing. There's no way to keep that ball in. Good serve from Alexa, and that's an ace. As the ball careens off the would-be serve receiver and shanks way out past their bench. Rockwood leads by 2, 10-8. Alexa on a nice serving run here. Serves it cross court. They get it to their middle, and she hits it out. No touch. Rockwood point. And just like last time, last set, it looks like maybe Rockwood will go on a bit of a run here, trying to get some breathing room, up by 3. SC is thinking the same thing. They don't want to run to start, and they call timeout. But you wonder if the fatigue might be setting in a little bit. This California team, always harder to go east than it is west. 15 Elite there, trying to fire up the crowd. But you wonder, though, here day 2, the initial adrenaline maybe is rubbed off here in another early morning match for them. Feels super early, 2 time zones from home. A lot of those West Coast teams and even Mountain time zone teams will come into town a day or 2 early to acclimate themselves to the time zone. Not sure what SC did. I don't think they came in early based on their social media activity. They set up their right side and got a beautiful swing out of her, this time up on the net. She was able to really get leverage on that hit and go cross court with us off the block. Good try, or off the dig attempt. Rockwood up by 2, 11-9. Serve comes to Hannah, great dig, or pass to Alexa. Now Kate went up and hit the ball really hard, but it was a little too long. You call it long, it went out to the right. Great opportunity there. It was such a fast developing play. Kate had an open look, but it went just out. Beautiful play though. What a serve, that's an ace. That ball was moving drastically from right to left, and we were unable to return that serve. So here we go back again, tied at 11. We are on court 48 today, both games. We have only 2 games here, one and then another one an hour from now, both on the same court. Serve comes to Hannah. Great pass to Alexa. She gets it up high to Denaya, and Denaya gets a kill. The defender on the other side was down the line and put her arms out plaintively in self-defense, as she wanted no part of that Denaya Pekova bombshell there. Kaylee Lane back into serve. Good serve, comes hard. Good defensive play to even return it, get up there outside. They send it back to Kaylee. She sends it to Denaya. Now Lana in the middle tips it up, and the kill. Up and over the block, and it lands harmlessly right in the middle of their court for a Rockwood point, 13-11. Kaylee, great serve again. Down the line this time, way up it goes. They're just going to be able to bump it over. Good job, Kaylee. Should have a good opportunity here. Hannah, Alexa, Kate in the middle, but blocked. A big block on the other side wins the point for SC. That had trouble for SC written all over it, as the great serve from Kaylee made them have to scramble just to get it bumped back over. But SC showing their toughness there, as the middle was able to block Kate in the middle and send it back on our side. Good swing by Kate though. And another ace. This team means business when they go back to the serving line. And they tie it up at 13. What a tight affair here right out of the gate in the morning. Rockwood ended up pulling away from about this point on in the first set, and they'd like to replicate that outcome. Number 23 back to serve. Kaylee with a great pass. Alexa one-hands it to Lana, and they call us in the net. That'll be SC's point, and they have their first lead in a long time, 14-13. That was a really tough serve, and then the pass. Oh, Coach Moser disagrees. Does not agree with that call at all, but she didn't say much. She asked for an explanation. But the really hard pass, or I'm sorry, hard serve resulted in a pass that was into the net. Alexa tried to go in there and get it and couldn't. Great play by Kaylee to dig that serve. Then a great set from Alexa. and an even better swing from Denia there to get the kill. So everything worked nicely on that play as Kaylee did a sliding serve receive with a great pass to Alexa, great set over to Denia, and then the kill. Kate serves it, really had them wondering there, and they get a weak hit on it. Kaylee takes it, Alexa, now Nora in the middle tips it up and over. What a fast play that was. They set up their right side, Denia's there to block it down. They get their outside now, and she hits it into the net for a Rockwood point. 15-14, Rockwood pulls ahead by a nose. Good serve from Kate. They bump it, and they do a weird running hit. We bump it back over to them. Denia sends it over. They set up their middle. Nora blocks it on their side. What a play, Nora. They set up their right side this time. We get a piece at the net. Alexa takes it. Now Nora bump sets Lana on the right. We get blocked. It's Lana. It's Kate. Now Denia goes up and swings. Their libero overpasses it, and Nora says thank you very much, and she jumps up and two hands it straight down on their side for a point for Rockwood, 16-14. That'll be an SC point there as they're able to get it to their middle in a good position to pound that ball down to our left. Number 4 goes back to serve for SC. Serve comes to Kaylee. Now Hannah over to Denia on the left. And she gets the kill. Great job, Denia, off a good set from Alexa. Great job, Alexa. And Denia. They're 17-15 Rockwood as it's substitution time, folks. Rockwood clinging to a 2-point advantage here in the second set after Rockwood won the first set. Jane Wilburn back to serve, number 24, as Alexa steps off. Good serve from Jane. They get it to their middle, and they hit it into the block, and it goes down on our side, though. Kind of got some of the tape and Nora's block, and it squirted off to our left on our side, though, and so it is 17-16 Rockwood. Their libero, number 6, back to serve again. Serve comes to Hannah. She two-hands it to Jane, goes down low. And they're going to call a double on Jane. So Jane tried to go down and get underneath that ball to do a two-hand overhead set. It was a tough serve. It was a good server here. We're tied at 17. Hannah to Jane, sliding. Jane bumps that Summer. It's blocked. Summer sends it to Lana. Woohoo! What a play there as Summer got blocked and immediately landed. The ball was right back in her face, and she alertly sent it all the way across the court to Lana on the right, and Lana was ready and hit it over into perfect position. What a fast play that was, and SC unable to rotate back and cover it. Lana serves up by 1, serves down the right line. They set up their outside. What a swing. Impressive hit. She got up really high. We were in her face with 2 blockers, and she was able to explode that ball.
What's the score, game?
It is 18. Tied up at 18. 15 Elite Rockwood is about to start at 9 o'clock. Their first game is on court number 59, so we're going to go around the corner and watch them a bit. Local interest also is High Performance from St. Louis, HP's 15 Royal team, a star-studded lineup over there. They play on court 50, so they are in our sight line warming up. Yesterday, the girls watched some of the Navy game, 14 Navy, as they competed in the Liberty Division. And all the Rockwood teams are staying at the same hotel, so it's a lively lobby experience in the evenings as the players and the coaches and parents enjoy time together. I think they can't find the ball, is the delay. Oh, no, they were checking the score sheet. It should be tied at 18 here. We'll make sure that's still the case. It is. So we're good to go. 11 serves. Comes to Lana down low. Nora one-hands it, and that's an ace for SC. That was a tough serve. It was really diving, and it was like a slower serve than I think we expected it to be. Made it very, very difficult to return that. So Rockwood trails by 1. 19-18 here, trying to finish this off in 2 sets. This has the feel of the games yesterday where Rockwood won comfortably in the first set, only to have the other team really make a push and push it to 3. So Rockwood trying to close this out here and have a clean 2-set win. That'll help for tiebreakers later too if they're able to do that. Jane bump sets it up high to Collins. She sends it to the corner. It was going to go out, and they hit it anyway. Thank you. They set up their outside hitter. Jane now takes it to Nora, tips it up and over. They set up their outside big swing, and that's their point as we block it out of bounds. 20-18. SC takes a 2-point advantage here in the second set. Rockwood won the first. SC threatening to take set 2 here. Number 11 back to serve again for SC. Serve comes to Hannah. Now Jane sets up Nora on a slide. Wow, what a play. Good play by Nora, but they're able to dig it. They tip it up and over. Collins is there. Now Jane setter dumps. They cover. Jane gets it up. Now Hannah 2-hand sets over to Collins. What a play. They overpass. Can Nora get it? She tips it up and over, but they cover. They set up their right side. Collins got a piece. She gets it to Jane, and it's our point. I think they were in the net. So, wow, what a big point. As that would have made it 21-18 if SC could have converted. Were we in the net on that? Oh, I'm sorry, they were, yeah. So they were in the net, and Rockwood down by 1 with Hannah serving. Hannah, beautiful serve, and it's an ace. Beautiful serve as Hannah, such a great server. Pulls Rockwood even at 20 here in the second set. That ball was right into the face of that back right. There's a great big hitter back there in that back right corner. And she put her hands up in self-defense. Another great serve, clips the net on the way over. And we block it at the net. It's Kate. It is Kate McLean. And Rockwood goes up 21-20. Serve again, clips the net on the way over. That makes it hard for him. And SC gets the kill there as they shove that ball to our back right corner, and it's tied at 21. A thriller here in set 2. Number 27 back to serve. Collins goes down low to get it. Jane sets up Kate. She sends it over. They set up their outside. Hannah, what a dig by Hannah on a big hit. Jane sets up Summer on the right. She goes soft into the middle. They're able to barely get that up. They get it to their right side. Big swing. Jane with the good defense. Hannah bumps that Summer. Big hit from Summer, but they're able to cover it. They get it to their right side, tips it. It's Summer. It's Jane up to her outside of Collins. Big swing, but they're able to, again, cover that. Flat-footed, they hit it over. Hannah diving. Jane goes low, gets it to Collins again. She shoves it back to the back line, and we are in. And the SC coach, I don't know what he's complaining about. What's he mad about over there? The coach is all mad, saying we had some like double or something. I think he wanted to call it a double on Jane, and that was a clean set. Their coach is grasping at straws. Well, it didn't spin, so I don't know what he's seeing. Kind of a whiny coach there. 22-21. Rockwood leads by 1. They set up there outside, and SC gets the kill. 22 all. Twos are wild here. Second set, 22-22. Rockwood's coaches have remained seated the whole time, calmly directing their team. SC has been kind of a nervous wreck. It's the first year they've been on the scene. Lana gets it to Alexa, over to Denia. And the hit goes just long. SC goes up 23-22. All right, number 12, back to serve. Serve comes to Hannah. That was Lana coming into your living room. And eventually Collins gets the kill. I sure hope Lana's okay. It sure looked like she took a chair to the ribs just now, don't you think? She celebrated, so we're all hoping she's okay. She's not holding anything, and they're not checking on her, so 23 all. That play looked like it was completely over. And Lana came flying into your living room on that. That's unbelievable. And that other coach is again barking about something there. It's not like he's aggressive, but he's one of them that just continues to question and question and question. What a serve from Kaylee Lane, tied at 23. They get it to their middle, and she's able to shoot that ball straight down. It's 24-23 SC. Set point for SC. 24-23. Serve comes to Hannah. Good pass to Alexa. Gets it up high to Denia on the outside, but she gets blocked. Kaylee's there to cover. Denia bump sets it over. And Alexa dove down to send it over. Good play, Alexa. They set up their middle. Denia covers it. Hannah bump sets Lana on the right. And they cover. Good swing from Lana. They set up their outside. Tips it. Blocked by Lana. Blocked again by Lana. They send it over. Lana swings and gets the kill. Woo! Lana jumped about 6 times in about 4 seconds. Keiko's proud. We're tied at 24. Got to win by 2 here as Kate goes back to serve.
You can do it. You can do it.
Good serve from Kate. They get their middle set up, and they get the kill. We had Denia and Nora there, but they're able to hit it through the block there onto our side. And again, set point, 25-24 for SC. Serve comes to Kaylee. Hannah helps out, gets it up to Denia. Good bump set. Denia, big swing, but they're able to cover that. Nora jumps up, tried to time the overpass, but they block it. And they hit it in the net. Rockwood point. 25-25. So now Rockwood's out of subs. And so Denia will be serving. Denia had some beautiful serves yesterday, fully capable. Another good one, sends it to their libero, back middle, sets up their outside. Big swing, and it's out. Rockwood point. They hit it long there. They're so used to that block that I think they swing as hard as they can in hopes that we will get a hand on it, because our blocking has been so intense and, you know, just trying to do their best, trying to get us to block it out of bounds. But that time, they airmailed it about 3 or 4 feet long. So SC really taking Rockwood to the brink here in this second set. And they use their final timeout here in the set, their second timeout. Rockwood leads by 1. Set and match point in hand with Denia serving again. All right, so coming out of the timeout from SC, Rockwood will serve. It's Denia Pekova, number 25, with a good serve back to the middle. They set up their middle, and they get the kill. 26-26. Got to win by 2. This is going to be extra point here. Joey Vitale would say it's penalty time. If we were playing soccer there. Extra time serve comes to Lana. Alexa up high to Lana on the outside. She tips it up and over. They're scrambling, but they punch it up and over, and they get the kill. They punch it up and over the block. A weird set of plays there as both sides were trading tips. Coach Moser calls timeout and brings girls together here. Down by 1 here with SC trying to send this to a third set. This is a really long match so far, 51 minutes. And only 2 sets. We had a 31-minute set yesterday against GP Rocks. So when you get to this level, these games can be tight and the games can be lengthy. There were 19 upsets yesterday in Open in our division, 19 upsets out of the 54 matches. That's 35% of the matches resulted in an upset based on the incoming seeds. 3 of the top seeds in each pool lost out of the 6 pools. She gets it to Nora, and Nora with the kill. Great pass, great set, great kill for Nora, and we are again tied at 27. The teams that are going to play after us are age 15, and they have assembled here and are undeniably rooting for Rockwood to close this thing out so they can get going on their game. So it'll be back to Lana to serve, tied at 27. Good serve, sends it to their big hitter in the back corner. They're outside. They get it to the outside. She tips it. Denaya's there. Alexa sets it up to Lana for a back row attack. She hits it. The libero covers it. They get it to their outside. Big swing, and it's out. But did we touch it? No, it's Rockwood. It's Rockwood. Wondered if they touched it. Rockwood again with a game point here, up 28-27 with Lana Backrack to serve. Lana's number 12 looking for the win. Sends it to the back middle. They set up their outside. Big swing. Nora gets a big piece of it. It's Alexa. It's Nora. Tips it up and over. They're outside. Sends it up. They're in disarray as 2 girls collided there. Everybody's okay. Nora now gets the win. Nora off a great set from Alexa, able to find the space to pound it off the defender, and Rockwood wins 29-27. Rockwood trying to set themselves up well for round 2, which begins tomorrow. But we've got one more match in 1 hour. See you then.